Good morning, guys. I hope everyone's well. I hope you've all had a lovely time. I hope you enjoyed the snow at the weekend. It was really, really cool. Well, cool. Chilly. That's a terrible joke. And I hope you have been outside and made snowmen and thrown snowballs and all the cool things that you can do. Now, on Friday, I think it was Friday, we looked at the book How to Be a Bucket Filler, because I really like books, and one of the really cool things about there's lots of cool things about my job. There's lots of cool things about being a head teacher. Obviously, seeing you lot is one of them. But another one is being able to share really good books with you. I love sharing a good book with you. So today, I'm just going to read you How Full Is Your Bucket? Because it's a story about somebody who had that bucket and it got filled up and it got emptied with those kind words. So it links in with our good health and well-being and our peace and justice global goals, and it links in with our assemblies for last week as well. So How Full Is Your Bucket by Tom Rath and Mary Reckmeyer. Felix was putting one of the last blocks on his tower when his little sister came in. "I want to build with you," she said. Felix scowled. "Go away. You're too little." Bucket filler, bucket dipper. "I'm big. Stay back. You'll knock it over." Oh, she's cross with Felix. "I can be very careful. Go play with your baby toys, Anna." Thwack. And she hit the tower with the doll, and it all tumbled to the ground. "Grandpa!" Grandpa shook his head. "Felix, you just dipped from your sister's bucket." Like everyone else, Anna has an invisible bucket. When it's empty, she feels bad. But when it's full, she feels great. Didn't you ever notice your own bucket? Invisible bucket? Sometimes Felix couldn't quite tell when his grandfather was joking. But the next morning when Felix woke up, there it was. A small grey bucket floating above his head. Strange. When Felix came down to have breakfast, his mum was in a hurry. "I've got a meeting this morning and it's almost time to go. Hannah, sit still." Oh, it's getting a busy morning, and we've all seen those sorts of mornings at home. Felix slipped and choco wheat scattered across the floor. "Felix!" yelled his mum. "You should have used a stool to reach that." Felix could feel his bucket tip and big invisible drips spill out. Drip, drip. "Ha ha!" Anna laughed as she crunched the cereal with a shoe. Drip. "Get the broom and clean that up before you miss the bus," scolded Mum. With the school bus honking, Felix quickly swept up the cocoa wheats and grabbed the last blueberry muffin. But before he could even take one bite, Buster jumped up and grabbed the muffin from his hand. Drip. His bucket is emptying all the time. "Hey, look at Felix's new backpack. My baby brother's got one just like it." Drip. "Psst, Felix." People telling stories about Felix and keeping secrets from him. Drip. "Wash out, shrimp," said a bigger boy. And every time somebody does something mean, Felix feels a little bit worse as his bucket empties. It was still morning, and Felix's bucket felt almost empty. Oh, and we've all had those feelings, haven't we? We've all had those days, and we've all had the opposite when our buckets have been really, really full. As he watched his classmates walk into the room, he secretly hoped they would trip and fall. That's what it feels like when you have an empty bucket, and really cross and grumpy with everyone. Felix slumped into his seat and waited for something else bad to happen. Mrs. Bumblenickel walked slowly up to his desk and handed him a paper. He could hardly bear to look. "Felix, you wrote a wonderful story. Would you like to share it with the class?" Felix grinned and felt a big drop land right in his bucket. Drop. Because it feels really good when your teacher tells you you've done something really well, or other people tell you you've done something really well. And the whole heart smart, don't forget to let love in thing is about actually accepting what the teacher says and believing them. The Giganotosaurus Rex who wanted a pet by me, Felix. The class grew quiet. They laughed at all the right places and oohed at the scary parts. When Felix finally read the end, everyone clapped, even Emily, who sat next to him and didn't usually like dinosaurs. Felix felt a whole shower of drops land in his bucket. Maybe the day wouldn't be so bad after all. Drop. Team captains today are Veronica and Felix. Drop. Oh, he's done his picture. Nice cow. It's a dog. Well, yeah, nice colours there, Felix. Cool laser ant backpack, Felix. So he's got a friend to have lunch with. Mum's left him a note in his lunchbox. He's chosen to do something he really likes in sports. He's enjoyed his painting and got compliments, and somebody else has said they like his backpack. So all of these things, tiny things, make Felix feel better. By afternoon, Felix's bucket was nearly full, and he's feeling really good. He's much happier. You can see he's standing up straight. He's got a smile on his face. And at recess, when he looked around, Felix suddenly realised his grandpa was right. Everyone else had a bucket too. Have a look around and have a look at the looks on people's faces who've got full buckets. They've all got big smiles, haven't they? If you've got a full bucket, then it makes you feel good, so you've got that smile. And the teacher who's dropped all the papers has got an empty bucket because something bad's happened. Now have a look at the boy sitting on the bench. He's on his own, and his bucket is nearly empty. What do you think should happen? Talk to your partner, tell them what you think should happen. That's right, somebody really needs to go and see if they're okay, don't they? Drop. Let me help you. Felix went to help the teacher. Drop. Here's your baseball. Catch. Oh, thanks, dude. He's filling somebody else's buckets. Oh, there we go. Look, Felix has helped a new person. Hi, I'm Felix. Is it your first day? Yes, I'm Amir. And the strange thing was that for every drop he helped put in someone else's bucket, he felt another drop in his own bucket. When Felix burst in the door after school, he shouted, "You were right, Grandpa. I do have a bucket. I understand how it works." Then he saw Anna's torn doll. "Bad dog," he almost scolded. But then he thought, dogs might have invisible buckets too. "Oh, your doll will be okay," Anna said. Felix, "Mum will fix her. Until then, do you want to help me build the tallest building in the world with my blocks?" And so they did. There we go. What a lovely, lovely story. We've got lots of really cool ideas. Now, one of the things that you're going to be talking about in class this week, and your teachers will share with you, is our school advent calendars. So we've bought chocolate advent calendars for everyone, for each class. But also, the school council has come up with 2 advent calendars. One is a reverse advent calendar. This is really, really cool. There's a thing called Northwich Food Hub. So it's a food bank idea where people who need food get given it because they haven't got enough money. They can't afford to buy their own food. And what we've suggested, and we've sent this letter out to mums and dads, is if each day during Advent, so the period between the 1st of December and when we break up for Christmas, if people could bring in one thing for the food hub. And that is our little bit of kindness for the day. So we're thinking about other people in the local area who can't afford food, who can't afford some of the lovely things that we've got, and they need a little bit of help. So we're helping other people. And the other thing that we've got, and I really like this, is a kindness advent calendar. So your teachers are going to put this up somewhere in the classroom, and at the start of each day, they're going to talk about what the kindness act is for the day. And we're going to see if you guys can do that kindness thing. So for each day of Advent, we're going to pick a particular kindness thing, and we are going to do it all as a school. So it might be saying thank you, or holding a door open for somebody, or telling somebody they've done really well, or getting somebody else to join in with a game, all these sorts of things. And then everybody has that kindness idea for that day. Okay, so your teachers will share those with you, put them up on the wall and show you what they are. And then we can see how we can make our school a really kind place. Have a lovely, lovely day, guys. Wrap up when you go outside in the cold. It's very white out there. Have a really nice day. Bye-bye.